Oh my gosh, my little pumpkins, have we ever been so wrong about what was coming as far as a announcement trailer goes? No one, absolutely no one out there had Wetlands Animal Park on their bingo card. If they tell you they did, they're a liar. You can tell them. S. Dan Wolf called you a liar. I think this is awesome. The S-Dan of a year ago would be really bummed out for an animal pack. Just being honest, back a year ago, before we got all the pieces that we got for the Europe pack, before we got all the incredible pieces that came with the Africa pack, would have totally been bummed out for an animal pack. As a matter of fact, I think probably one of my lowest imaginative designs, just feeling like I was burnt out, there wasn't anything left for me to give this game, I would probably say would be the South America Animal Pack, the one where we got like I believe we got the Barbarossa and the Binturong, like that whole little animal pack when that came out. I was just at rock bottom. I was like, man, so that means we're gonna go at least 6 months without any new building pieces. And mentally to me, it just screwed with me. I was just done. Remove me from a year from that, and I get to where we are now with all the basically, there are scenery pieces that, we have so many now that you don't even hardly get to scroll through them all, and we're probably all missing a lot of good designs just because there are so many options now that we don't even think to use. So scenery packs don't mean the same now as they did a year ago. Now, a full-on scenery pack would be wonderful. Like, don't get me wrong. S-Dan wholeheartedly hopes that more scenery is being developed, just because it always gets the creative juices flowing when you see new pieces happen, when you see new wood pieces, support beams, wall pieces. When you see that stuff come into the game, I get jacked up. I love it. I love scrolling through that first time and looking at the new scenery pieces. But with respect to the Wetlands Animal Pack and just where we are in the evolution of Planet Zoo, I love it. I love these. These animals. Of course, I don't really design with the exhibit animals and stuff. So our little newly discovered newt that we're getting, probably won't ever even see that guy in game, even though he's a cool little fella. Won't really be touching him. But look at this, the small-clawed Asian otter, the capybara everybody's been talking about, the water buffalo. We just have a plethora of things that the red-crowned crane, are you kidding me? That will be going into Little Creek the moment I have this pack in my hand. It's just so weird to pull myself from a year ago and being this excited for an animal pack. To me, it was kind of like, Eben was talking about with me designing with the creeks in mind so much, and so much of my landscape incorporates aquatic type animals, wetlands. It's just like, I just totally have the gears turning again. And it's weird because it's an animal focused gear for me. And you guys know me. Unfortunately, like it or not, the animals are typically an afterthought in a lot of my builds. Like, I'm more in it for the theming. Let's see how we can push the boundaries of the rock work, of the foliage, of the grass, how we layer the trees, how tall we make the trees, where the animal's going to access the water. All of that stuff usually takes point over the animals, but this time it is like it's like an intricate kind of marriage of my imagination going on right now with respect to the animals being first. Like I said, red-crowned crane, spectacled caiman. What else do we got? Like I said, the Asian Small-Clawed Otter, absolutely adorable just from the pictures I've been Googling. And then of course the capybara, that is just like become a titan of a want of the Planet Zoo community. And you'll notice even with the public reaction today, remember how a couple weeks ago, there were even people coming to my videos saying like, if we don't get birds, we riot. Like birds have to be coming. And they're not, but it's like the community didn't care. It's like they kind of threw us for such a loop. Like this was such a surprise pack to everybody that it kind of quelled all of that bird want and all of the bird mischief that we had been talking about. And of course we do get the red-crowned crane. Now of course it's not going to be flying up in big circles in a big giant aviary, but nonetheless we're getting another bird. And I just think that is such a cool little like a companion, like little off the beaten path, smaller exhibit animal. And I can't wait to see the animations that they have in game for this. And then of course, who doesn't love the platypus? I mean, did you see how this thing is swimming through the water? This is going to be absolutely insane designing for those little guys. And that's what I think is what I'm so pumped about this animal pack is normally you've got me not giving much of a thought about the animals. Like, even when we got the North American animals, the cougar and all that, I was thinking, oh, cool, that's gonna be a cool animal. But it kind of stopped there. I was kind of happy for people, really happy to get the moose, all of that. But I was like, to me personally, I was like, well, it's cool, that's cool. I'm glad people are happy. The North American Animal Pack, great. But this, look, I tweeted about it like 7 times today. Like, you guys, I was sitting at work, like trying to just delve into this information and find out everything I could about what was coming. Normally, like, okay, I'm sitting at work on a Tuesday and like the announcement tweet comes out at 10 o'clock or whatever. And I'm like, Savannah and Drew will message me and I'll be like, oh yeah, it's cool. Really, really fun. But normally we kind of know either it gets leaked, the data miners find it, we know what's coming. This time, everyone was out of the loop. Like, nobody knew but the people that worked at Frontier. And that was so cool the way they've done it, the way they did it this time, that even the content creators were surprised. Like, there was nothing leading up to this, like, Estan, please don't let anything leave this email or anything like that. They held it until the public knew, and it was so cool that we got to be excited with you guys. Now, are we going to get early access to the pack? Probably. Just being upfront with you, I would say we will. But just the whole presentation of this, and it really started with Elt and Francesca yesterday, drawing that capybara. When they drew that on that on the little draw board and it popped up on that screen, that gave us, it just kind of gave a big community sigh of relief. Like, okay, we're getting capybara, but what's coming with it? And this whole thing is so attractive and well put together. Wetlands Animal Pack. And you'll also see too, now they're kind of going possibly in the biome route. They're kind of, they're obviously now they're getting away from specific regions, because these little guys are, they're spread out all over the place. And that is really, really exciting too. You guys have to let me know down below what you think your guesses are. Like, how do we even guess now? Like, you could say a rainforest pack is still coming, but it's such a toss-up now. And also too, I think you guys have to agree, it's just so cool that development is continuing. Like, this is not, we're throwing the Planet Coaster stuff out the window. This is not on that same trajectory anymore. This is completely different. Like, the roadmap for planets, like, I feel like they still have a substantial team working on Planet Zoo. Remember how a year ago we thought, like when the South America Animal Pack came out, we thought that Planet Zoo was running on a skeleton crew, where, like, you know, most of the resources have been sent to Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's, you know, whatever they're working on next, there are, like, you know, 4 or 5 people basically running maintenance on Planet Zoo. It's the support is nearing its end. I think there couldn't be anything farther from the truth now. As long as this still shows profitability, as long as, you know, David Braben and them guys can get on those earnings calls and they can show the investors that these DLC packs are still bringing people to the game, they're still bringing in revenue, it's supporting itself, it's creating revenue enough to continue development, who knows how long they go with this? You know, we've all kind of moved the goalposts, like, all right, well, surely in 2023, Planet Zoo will come to an end. Like, the official support will be over, they'll have done everything they can do, but, I mean, I don't freaking know, guys. Like, if they come up with these little biomes like this, I mean, look, this game's 2.5 years old, 2 years old, and look how hyped everybody was today. Everybody was losing their freaking minds about this. Me too, I'm right there with you. And who would have thought that SDan would have been this hyped over an Animal Pack announcement trailer? If you would have told me that a year ago, I would have laughed you out of here. Like, I would have laughed you out of the room. But, I'm just really pumped. I think this is going to be cool. It said, one of the things too on the bottom of the announcement, it says, just so I can get into some meat of it for you guys instead of me just jabbering, it says, welcome 8 new animals from across the wetlands with the new Planet Zoo Wetlands Animal Pack, coming to you on the 12th of April alongside free update 1.9. You're sure to have fun with none other than the lovable Capybara, the oddity that is the Platypus, the adorable Asian Small-Clawed Otter, say that 3 times fast, the stealthy Spectacled Caiman, the sturdy wild water buffalo, the elegant red-crowned crane, the agile Nile Lechwe? You can also entice guests with the new exhibit animal, the smallest of its species, the Danube Crested Newt. And then it says you'll need some new enrichment items to really help celebrate with your new animal friends. Your capybaras will live their best life as they indulge in a soak with the new hot water tap, spruce up your underwater areas with the new small underwater feeder and underwater buoy, and have a splash in the sun with the new natural water jet. We'll also be bringing you I wonder if I could do like a hot springs inside of Little Creek. Like, what if we had a capybara, like, pin, but it's, like, there was just ended up being some natural hot springs in the park, in the farm. I'm gonna have to jot that down. You guys don't let me forget that. Type that in the comments below. Capybaras in Little Creek. Don't let me forget that. It says, we'll also be bringing you a new time scenario. This is set in Pantanal in Brazil. Help rescue animals who can't return to the wild find their forever home with this high welfare requirement challenge. As mentioned in the Update 1.9 announcement, our free update will be bringing you some behavioral changes as well. The new bathing behaviors will also be enjoyed by the water-loving capybara, and burrowing behaviors will be expanded to include the platypus. The Planet Zoo Wetlands Pack will be available to purchase for $10 on Steam on April 12th. Want to be one of the first ones to know when the pack release? Of course, head over to Steam and wishlist now. And don't forget, guys, as always, you'll need to own the Planet Zoo base game to indulge yourself in the Wetlands Pack for the 10 buckaroos. In the run-up to launch, the animals will be making an appearance on our social media feeds to bring you some self-care tips. Tune in to find out how they use the wetlands to enrich their life and for a closer look at what's to come. Which animal will you build a habitat for first? And you guys can let me know down in the comments section as well what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for coming by and hanging out with me. I'll stay on top of all this news for you as far as the Wetlands Pack goes. And yeah, don't forget to smash that like button if you end up enjoying this video. And I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!